Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darylyn and today I'm really excited because it is growing season. Full swing out here in Southern California and my plants have taken note. I'm so excited to show you my spring favorites. This is just gonna be plants, no products, no product placement, just plants that are growing and showing their appreciation that the days are getting longer and the nights are getting warmer. Just all around good vibes. It's all around good vibes in the plant room here today. So let's jump straight into it. My first favorite that I want to show you guys for spring is my little Anthurium Billietiae Philodendron. Now, I love this Anthurium, and this is not the real Billietiae. That one is like a hybrid of unknown parentage, and it's really rare, and basically only Enid has it, apparently. And that's what Daryl at Tazula Plants told me anyway. But she's so cute. So this plant has had like a long kind of journey, and it's finally doing really, really well in Houseplant. But yeah, we had some issues with rot and we had some issues with just general unhappiness. Don't worry about this. This was because she brushed up against something when she was unfurling. And then this is like pretty typical acclimation damage to pon because you need to flush the pon a lot when you first put your plants in there to get all of the dirt and the grit out and help keep the airflow good. But that's so cute. I'm really excited to see how big this leaf gets because this leaf popped right after I put it in pon and it's a lot bigger than the last few of them. So Miss Billietiae Philodendron is one of my favorites for spring because she's clearly just enjoying, you know, every opportunity she's being given and she's growing. And this was definitely a long time wish list plant. And I still want the real Billietiae, but this one is beautiful in its own right. And one of the things I love about it is the blue undertones. Like, I don't know if you'll be able to see on this camera because my footage always reads really yellow, but this plant has beautiful blue undertones and the leaves come in like a beautiful like reddish purplish color. So Anthurium Billietiae Philodendron, if you are having issues with this plant, I saw on Instagram somebody that I know was saying they were having issues with it. This plant really doesn't need like super high humidity. I have had issues with it in prop boxes. I've had issues with it in my greenhouse. I've had issues with it in my grow tent. Out in open air, it seems to prefer things. It likes airflow. It really likes pon. Definitely flush the pon a lot. It's being given filtered, pH balanced, nutrient-rich water, and it seems to like that, even on top of the pon. I think Anthurium are heavier feeders than a lot of people think of them as. So there she is. She's so cute. All right, so Anthurium Billietiae Philodendron, one of my favorites for obvious reasons. Alrighty, so the next plant on my list is, I'm not gonna be able to move it because it's like adhered to my shelf, and that is my Philodendron Majestic. Back here, I'll insert B-roll so you can like get a close-up, but look at it. It's grown so much. And like from the teeny itty bitty little leaves down here to what it's doing now, and it's just consistently putting out like a leaf every couple of weeks. And it's really enjoyed the air layering that I gave it, and it's just grown like a weed. So I'm really excited. I'm hoping that like eventually it'll make its way up the shelf and it'll be in the background in videos and you'll be able to see it soon. So I'm really loving it. Mine is in Leca and it has done okay in there. These definitely are lower light plants. Like the part of the plant that's under the grow light is like really chlorotic. So I don't recommend putting these under a lot of light, but the rest of the plant is doing well. And I've got it air layered at every node and it seems to be doing really well. So if you can't do a moss pull or you don't want to or whatever, but you have like some sort of stake, you can still air layer every node and like kind of get the same results as a moss pull. So that's a little bit of like a lazy plant parent hack if you need that advice. So my Philodendron Majestic, so cute. I'm really excited about it and I'm pleased with the progress I've been getting from it. Okay, so next on the list, we have the notorious BITCH herself, Miss Karen. So for those of you who like didn't see that episode, I have been really irritated with this pink princess for a really long time because it doesn't give me pink. And so I nicknamed it That Bitch Karen. And I swear to the universe that every time I verbally abuse or degrade or otherwise just talk smack about this plant, it like hears me and does its job, because this is the leaf that she gave me after I gave her her moniker of being that bitch Karen. So I'm really happy with that. Here's another one that was like decent, but it came out and got a little damage unfurling, so it's not as striking. But and I also think that she's like really starting to wake up, because so hopefully you'll be able to see, but like look at all the pink on that petiole. I'm really hoping that the next leaf that's coming out is gonna have like some good pink, because it's been given every opportunity to do so. And if it does, I mean, if I could get another leaf that looked like that, I would be really happy. So Karen is my favorite because she's finally doing her only job, and I definitely need to repot her. Oh look, we're like, Karen, we match. We have the same color scheme going. How fun. All right, so pink princesses are just like notorious for being like shitty and being really difficult to get pink from. And as a result, the prices on them have really like plummeted. And I honestly think that that's like deserving. But if you can find really high quality ones with beautiful variegation, like those are still really hard to find, and they're still really expensive. Maybe not as expensive as they used to be like 2 years ago, but Karen, my pink princess, has made the favorites list for spring. I think she kind of deserves, you know, like some accolades and a round of applause, because she's really turned it around. Yeah, prior to this, I was just like really annoyed with her. I was like about to punt this plant, just yeet it to someone else for like cheap. But yeah, it really shows on this side of the plant. But you know what? I guess she likes it here enough to do the very bare minimum. So thank you, Karen. You can stay. Alrighty then, so next, my favorites list for spring is my Philodendron Billietiae. Like, I don't think I've shown this on the channel in a really long time. And if I did, it was probably just like a quick little, like, here it is in like a houseplant tour or something. But look at this baby go. I think I hauled this like back in June in like the spring plant haul video. And it was just a little cutting in water. And honestly, like the journey to root this plant was, it was really intense. It took a really long time to get this plant to root. And I think that that's a pretty like typical experience when rooting Billietiae. But like, look what we've got going now. Look at all those gorgeous leca roots. I'm really pleased with it. I find though that like once these Billietiae like get going, like they go. This leaf hasn't been out that long. I think like this plant was already like pushing, like the caterpillar was already getting bigger before this leaf was even fully hardened off. And like we have this one already coming out, and this is a lot bigger than this leaf was when it was coming out. So I think this new leaf is gonna be like, it's gonna be big. So I'm excited. You may see that I chopped a leaf off. It was like really like awkward, and it was taking up a lot of space, and I'm on this self-care kick where I just like cut leaves off that are inconvenient for me. Does that make me a monster? I don't know. But this is, God, I'm so pleased with the result here. It's been a long wait, but like, it's good. Like this is just like all around, hands down, very nice. So Miss Billietiae made the favorites list for spring. I can't even like imagine what this plant is gonna look like by the end of the growing season. Like in September, it's gonna be a beast. So I'm excited, and hopefully it continues to grow and just size up, and yeah, like just continue to give me good vibes. I feel like this plant, now that it's rooted, is just like a set it and forget it plant that's just grateful. It's grateful for everything I do for it, everything that it gets, every opportunity it's given. So yeah, if you are on the fence about whether spending the money on a Billietiae is worth it, like I would say go for it. Like I've had nothing but really, you know, a positive experience since I got this plant rooted. But rooting it was kind of, you know, a pain. So maybe get an established one, but these are really easygoing in leca. I don't really like leca, but this plant likes it. So she's gonna stay in leca. But yeah, Miss Billietiae, living life, she's doing good. Okay, now, I hope you guys appreciate this because it was a lot of effort to get this plant off of the shelf. But my next favorite for spring is my Anthurium Splendidum. This plant is just doing stinking amazing. The key with these is that you really just gotta put them in a jar, and there's not gonna be any way around that. They want one thing, and that is for it to be extremely humid and to never have any airflow. Okay, that's two things. But the jar provides both of them. So really what they want is to be put into like an enclosure. Yes, I'm very glad that this new leaf that just came in right here is opening up lower down. Now that I have it with a clear lid and also like on a shelf that has a grow light, because the other new leaf that came out around the time that I got it got a little bit leggy, and I was a little bit worried that it was just gonna completely outgrow the jar. However, does not seem to necessarily have to be the case. So if you're gonna get one of these, the most difficult part about it is finding an enclosure that's gonna be big enough for the long term, because once they have the conditions that they like, they take off. This is a 2-gallon jar. I got it on Amazon. It's like a 2-gallon like cookie jar or a food jar. This was the biggest one I could find, but it's still pretty big. Like the plant hasn't taken up all the room inside. It just like, it's tricky to keep it from growing too tall. So I put it on a shelf, on this shelf where they have the grow lights. And so far, this plant seems to like it. And this is the result, and it's not getting too leggy, and I think it'll be able to stay in this jar for a while on the shelf. And it really likes the nutrient water I've been giving it. So, Anthurium splendidum, once you give it what it wants, it is a set it and forget it plant. Like, I water this plant like every couple weeks, and it's just in moss. It's just in moss in here. And I'm hoping that it can stay in this jar for quite a while, because the next step up from this jar is probably gonna have to be like some sort of cabinet, which I don't have space for at the moment. I don't know. Yeah, I might have to like cut it if it gets too big for the jar. But if you want one of these things, put it in a jar and it becomes like the chillest plant ever. That is one of my favorites for spring. Alrighty, so last but not least, my final spring favorite that I'm gonna show you right now is a good one, and I'll show you. Are you guys ready? Are you sure? Check it out. Okay, so this is my Anthurium Chrystallinum black. It is so big. It's like difficult to fit it in the frame. Look at this gigantic, gorgeous plant. Look at the beautiful bronze orange leaf that's coming in. I think this is gonna be bigger. This leaf was 12 inches when I measured it. I think this new leaf is gonna be bigger. This is just a testament to the power of Lechuzapan and a grow tent, because like, look at the pot that this is in. This is like honestly horrendous. Like I need to repot this probably like immediately. I just don't really have any pon. And there's also not a lot of room in the grow tent for more pots. But yeah, this is a monster. Like this is the best looking plant I own, for sure. Sorry, Queen Celine. But yeah, look at this, like, like this is like what Anthurium dreams are made of. So yeah, like if you've been resistant to try pon and you're struggling with your Anthurium, maybe get a grow tent and find some pon, because like this could be your life. This could be your life if you would stop being stubborn and growing Anthurium in terracotta and soil and open air. I know there's a few of you out there that are trying to do that stuff still, so don't. Just let go. Come to the dark side. Seriously though, no shade to like trying to grow plants however you want, but if you are thinking about trying pon, do it. Cause like this could be your life legitimately. So yeah, I could just show this plant and just gush about it all day, cause it's a good one, but I'm gonna have to let y'all go cause I got lots of other stuff to film, and I'm sure nobody wants to just watch me gush about this, beautiful though it may be. So that's gonna be it from me for this one today. Thank you so much for chilling with me. If you have your own story about your journey with pon or other Anthurium, leave it in the comments below. Tell me what your favorite plants that are growing and waking up now that it is growing season. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, that is gonna be it for me today. Let's not like forget about this leaf, because even though she's a little bit smaller, she's still looking good. So yeah, have a great rest of your day, everybody. And thanks for hanging with me. Bye.